Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Isis Romero. New developments in the Uvalde school shooting. We're learning tonight the Texas Department of Public Safety plans to do its own internal review of the shooting response. And tonight, the Uvalde CISD School Board was set to consider a proposal to delay the start of the school year. But that did not happen. Parents of Robb Elementary spoke this evening calling for added security before school restarts.
You've all failed us. And if something doesn't change soon, I will pull all 3 of my kids out of your school.
KENS 5 reporter Sarah Duran will take us inside that meeting in just a few minutes. But first, we're going deeper into more than 3 hours of body camera video. The Uvalde mayor released this edited video Sunday from Uvalde police officers. We will not show you any of the victims, but you will hear audio of the gunman firing at officers. We want to warn you, it is disturbing to hear. KENS 5 anchor Deborah Knapp takes us through clips we have never shown you before.
Isis, this body camera video gives us a clearer picture of the chaos inside Robb Elementary. We are seeing the perspectives from 7 Uvalde officers. At the top of this report, you will hear that gunshot audio. And we want to stress, this is the suspect shooting at officers when they first arrived to Robb Elementary. 2 of them were hurt by building material fragments when the bullets flew through the walls. The first 3 Uvalde police officers at Robb Elementary raced to the classroom where they were met with gunfire. This is body camera footage from Uvalde police officer Ernesto Canales. The officers retreated.
We gotta get in there, he keeps shooting. We gotta get in there.
But they didn't return to the classroom for another hour and 13 minutes. Officer Justin Mendoza's body cam video shows the confusion from the beginning.
Hey, we're going in or we're staying here? What are we doing?
Confusion that continued the entire time.
The PD units are at Robb School.
More officers arrive and hide around the corner and behind shields. This Border Patrol agent appears 45 minutes after the shooter began firing at children and teachers.
No one knows about the kids or anything else like that.
But supposedly the victims are here. I'm not 100%. There's a bunch of information flying around.
Law enforcement is seen breaking out classroom windows and pulling children to safety.
Come on, bud. Come on, bud.
Officer Mendoza then runs back inside where more than a dozen officers are still waiting in the hallway.
We got the kids out of these rooms on this side. Kids are out.
A radio dispatch can be heard that the 911 operator has a child on the line.
Child call 911 saying victims.
But still, no sense of urgency. At one point, a law enforcement officer arrives with gas, then realizes they can't use it.
What's that, gas?
Yeah, gas. You don't have gas mask.
No.
Chief is in there. Chief's in charge right now. Hold on.
For the first time, we are seeing Uvalde CISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo in the far left corner, who most thought was the leader at the scene. He is asking for a breaching tool to break into the classroom. Then more shots are fired.
Can you go get a breaching tool? I know.
Arredondo can be heard trying to negotiate with the shooter.
Sir, if you can hear me, please put your firearm down, sir. We don't want anybody else hurt.
Arredondo then gets on the phone, and you can hear him suggesting a sniper shoot the gunman through a window. Listen to what he says nearly 1 hour after the gunman began shooting.
Something to think about if they can get a shot. Something to think about.
At 12:20, more than 15 officers from local, state, and federal agencies begin slowly moving down the hall, behind shields with body armor and helmets. But then they stop and wait another 30 minutes before taking down the gunman. This body camera we showed you tonight comes from Uvalde Police, but we still don't have body cam footage from various other agencies on scene that day. Isis, back to you.
376 officers in total responded to the scene on May 24th. They came from nearly 24 agencies. This is the breakdown from the Texas House Investigative Committee report. The most came from Border Patrol with 149, 91 were from Texas DPS, 25 from Uvalde PD, 16 from San Antonio SWAT, and another 16 from the Uvalde County Sheriff's Office. And that House report found no villains other than the shooter, but instead it pointed to systemic failures and poor decision making. It also found law enforcement failed to prioritize saving the lives of innocent victims over their own safety. But the committee says it's unclear whether responders could have saved more lives if they acted sooner.